All right, welcome back to another podcast, audio, video. Does Jesus recognize the church? And when I speak of the church, speaking of the church worldwide, because there's so many different opinions, perspectives of what the church is, but the worldwide body, the church, does he recognize it? There are hundreds of denominations within the church of Protestantism. There's hundreds of denominations. There are many different flavors of the church, different worship styles, even preaching styles, preaching types. There are many different beliefs. Christians have the same Bible, hopefully. And I know there's more than one translation and there's more than one version, but it all comes from same manuscripts, same Bible, but so many different beliefs. I was listening to some people the other day, and they were, you know, I guess discussing what day should Christians worship on. That's a huge argument. Whether Christians should worship on Saturday or Sunday. So that's been controversial for years. Truth of the matter, with Christ, it doesn't matter what day you worship on. And the Sabbath day, right, is not about worship, it's about rest. That's what the Sabbath day is about. And it would take so much time to talk about it. But the Sabbath day is not about worship, it's about rest. Okay? And Jesus challenged the religionists of his day about that. When you read the gospel accounts, they would contest Jesus when he would do good deeds on the Sabbath day. And they didn't accuse him of worship, they accused him of working, because the Sabbath day was a day of rest. And Jesus Christ came to do away with that, because he didn't come to do away with the law. He came to fulfill it. Now we know what's coming. Those who, have prophetic knowledge and knowledge of prophecy, we know what's coming. And you will have to change because of what's coming, or the one world government, etc. But with all of that being said, does Jesus Christ recognize his church? Is the church so distorted, so deformed, so broken, so crushed, so divided? Does he even recognize it? I remember there's a preacher, apostolic preacher that I know. He said something that stuck with me for a while. And I thought about it a few weeks ago, and it makes a lot of sense. Have we thought about why Jesus haven't came yet? There's nothing stopping him from coming at all. There's nothing stopping him from coming. Why haven't he came yet? Could it be that he doesn't recognize his church and like the apostolic preacher, I don't want to call his name, said that Jesus Christ is making his selection? That makes a lot of sense because although there's a whole bunch of people that make up the church, they're not going back with him when he comes. So Christ is making his selection. He's choosing because not everybody's going back with him when he comes. When he does decide to come. This is why I believe he hasn't came yet, because he doesn't recognize his church. He's making a selection of who his church is. And then he's coming. So we just want to make sure that we're part of his church, right? Like the Bible says about the church, that he's coming for a church without spot nor wrinkle, holy, without blemish. That's what he's coming for. And that's who he's going to recognize. And we want to make sure that we're part of that church.